check this out, downtown's right, and something's spreading through the crowd. Try Channel 9, I'm pretty sure they're headed straight for this part of town. I can't be certain, but I swear I hear them just outside. There's no way that this is real, so count me in.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in to Denver Skyline Sports Show. I'm your host, Jeremy, the native Sittner. And I just want to wish everybody, hopefully they had a great 4th of July weekend. And we are off. Starting off the show today is the Rockies. Talk about a roller coaster ride. You know? You look good, you get confident with them, then it's just next thing you know, it's yep. It's the big size, the best way to describe a Rockies fan. Yep. Only good thing about it, yes, I know we've lost 6 in a row. We got swept by Arizona. Dodgers didn't do us a favor. We split that series. We had an opportunity. Didn't really help. And I get it. I fully understand it as Rockies fans. We were kind of in panic mode. We're one game below 500. Things are just not looking fantastic right now. But you gotta keep on remembering. Yes, this is a low point. You know, history says as a Rockies fan, this is where Rockies don't usually do good. This is where they kind of fall a little bit. You know, second half of the season, also break. We keep on going, get strong. You gotta think about it. We're only 3 games out of the first wild card, and only 2 games out of the second, 2.5 games out of the second wild card. That Washington and Philly both hold. Are you that confident with it? You know, I'm not that confident in those 2 teams that they can hold out. It's just 2.5 games. It is just going to be crowded. As I said before, hopefully Rockies just take a break. You know, come back strong. You know, where they can face the Reds at home. That's a winnable game. Reds are below 500, but the Reds in the same position that the Rockies are in. They're still in this wild card race. Everybody's in the wild card race. Everybody. So, let's go. Let's regroup. I think a big key for the Rockies is to get Kyle Freeland back. That could be a really boost for them to go out there and get him back. See if he can be kind of even similar to the Cy Young level. Last time I checked, he had a really good start in Albuquerque. 7 innings, like only 1 hit, no runs scored. No, really great. The best performance that he had. And can he translate that back to the major leagues? And look for the Rockies to go. Trade deadline coming up. Pitching. I feel confident with our hitting. You know, even our position players. I think we got a little bit tired because our defense got really sloppy for, honestly, a pretty good defensive team. And we're just kind of making stupid mistakes. So, you know, you kind of look at that. So I'm going to say pitching and bullpen. And just one thing before I finish on the Rockies. I see it all the time. I know our bullpen's not that great. I know. Okay? I really believe that we have top end with Oberg and Wade Davis are a great 1-2 combination of who pitches the 8th and who pitches the 9th. Maybe depend on matchups. But you got help in the 6th and 7th inning. I know that when Brian Shaw comes out, I know he had a decent season, or when McGee comes out, you kind of go like, hold your breath. You just kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. And it's like if they have a 1-2-3 inning, you're like super surprised. And if somebody hits a home run off of them, it's, oh my goodness. Should have known. So I think more of lower end bullpen help the Rockies need. Hopefully they get Kyle Freeland back. Marquez can get back to the ace form. John Gray has been pretty solid throughout the season. So you have 3 solid pitchers right there. You know? And if you can get, Gonzalez kind of going, Lampard. They're both really rookies, and you kind of Hoffman maybe. Just something. You need 4 pitchers right now, and we only have like 1 or 2 in our bullpen's iffy every night. And if you don't score 8 runs, and sometimes if you do score 8 runs, But last thought with the Rockies would be don't overreact. They're only 2.5 games out of the wild card. Over the history of the Rockies, we usually have a better second half of the season than the first half of the season. We knew the division was going to be tough, and we knew that we're not going to win the division with the Dodgers going off. We control our own destiny. We face Arizona that's ahead of us. San Diego's ahead of us by a game. We faced them multiple times. St. Louis is 500, and I think that's where they're going to stay. Milwaukee's, you don't know, but how much confidence do you have in Washington and Philly? They're kind of going to beat each other up. That's a good thing. They're in the same division, so they will beat each other up. So that could be a huge opportunity for the Rockies. So, other than Rockies, the other local sports team that's going on is Rapids. They were on a 7-game winning streak until Thursday, where they lost to New England. They're 8 points behind playoffs, and they have a huge game against Portland. It's going to be a 6-point game. If the Rapids can get a win, Portland's ahead of them in the standings, and they will be 1 point out of them difference. And Portland has a couple games in hand too, so this is a huge game for the Rapids. And back on the Thursday 4th of July game, the weather, MLS, sometimes just call the game. It didn't end in past midnight, off and on stoppages. I fully understand the weather is an issue, but just call the game. You could say all the momentum for the Rapids that they had were out the window, and they had nothing, and they laid an egg. And you could tell the weather and back and forth, they just didn't have it. So you have that. I really think they're gonna respond against Portland. I think that's the game to watch for the Rapids, to respond and have a really good game and hopefully get 3 points. Then they have the really fun game versus Arsenal on July 15th. Doesn't mean anything with the standings, but big game. It should be a sellout already. Arsenal's coming down, big English Premier League team. Everybody knows them. It should be great. Then you have another huge game, July 20th. Back-to-back weeks of huge games on Saturday. At least this one's at home against New York FC. So the winnable games out there. There are very winnable games out there for Rapids before they go on this 4-game road on the road at the end of August. So they have multiple home games coming up. Let's get some points. Let's get this rolling. You got 7 games in a row, 7 unbeaten streak here. Come on, keep it up. Keep it up. I know we can do it. So, and moving on to the other news is the Nuggets. In NBA, I just find the NBA so funny. It's amazing how we went from the big 3. So you gotta get a big 3 if you want to have a chance. Have to have a good big 3. Now it's just combos. Now you just need 2. Now everybody has a running mate now. If it's Kawhi and Paul George, if it's LeBron and Anthony Davis, if it's James Harden and Chris Paul, you have even Doncic and Porzingis in Dallas. Everybody needs a pairmate. And I think Jamal Murray and Joker is going to be one of the best. I saw something on Facebook. Actually, Chris Collins from The Herd, he had them ranked the 4th best duo in the NBA. And I can believe that. I can fully believe that. And you got to think about it. Jamal Murray is a rising star. And Jokic is, you can make an argument, he's a top 5 player in the league right now today. Finishing 4th in the MVP voting that he should have been higher in. And over the Greek Freak, James Harden, and Paul George. I'm sorry, Paul George, you're on a losing team and you had a great season, but nothing special. You know, James Harden, you're a ball hog, and you don't. I don't know how you can be the most valuable player if you have the ball in your hands all the time and you don't use the other four players on the court. I'm sorry, what Jokic does is amazing, and he should have got more credit than he did. And what really gets me like not happy about it is that Giannis, the Greek Freak, Giannis, they said he's going to win the MVP before the season started. So why do you even have this award if they already decided he's going to win it? So that's what it is. And I think the great thing about this duo, Jamal Murray and Jokic, is you look at all the others, nobody really has a center. They're like two guards or a power forward. Who's going to guard Jokic? Who's going to guard the Joker? There's nobody really. You're not going to put Anthony Davis on the Joker. You're going to worry about fouls. This is a great combo for the Nuggets. In adding was Jeremy Grant from the OKC is as I look through the NBA, you go through okay, everybody has 2 stars. Everybody has 2 stars. That's great. But what team? Who has the best team? And you look at the Nuggets, we are stacked. You just gotta look at it. You have Will Barton. You look at our starting 5. Okay, obviously you have Jamal Murray, Chris Harris, not Chris Harris, Gary Harris. Then if you want to do Grant, then you have Paul Millsap. Then you have Joker. There's your 5. That's a really great starting 5. Oh, it's just your backups. Morris, Beasley, Barton. Then you have Plumlee. Then you have options with Vanderbilt. Even you want Michael Porter Jr. Oh, where are you gonna play? Where are you gonna play Torrey Craig? Then you have Wancho still. You have 13, 14 deep. And that's not even saying Bol if he even plays this year. Even Thomas Walsh. You could be even 15 deep. I think the biggest concern the Nuggets have this year, and the only thing they have to go is who's going to get the playing time. You have a stacked roster of 14 that should get playing time and deserve playing time. How is Michael Malone going to divvy up minutes? Because Jamal Murray, Joker, going to get their minutes because they're most important. Paul Millsap, you're looking at probably like 25 minutes. You probably take a step back. But what are you going to do with Will Barton? He thinks he's a starter. But now you have Grant. Then you still have Wancho that you're not sure about. Then you have Leiden you're still not sure about. Then Michael Porter Jr. is a wild card because the upside could be huge. Then you have Vanderbilt that's starting to become a very, very solid player. Then you have Walsh. Oh my goodness. And you still have Beasley. There's so many players Nuggets could play. We're the deepest team in the NBA. And going with that, and with everybody signing with free agency, nobody's talking about the Nuggets. I know the Nuggets didn't make any huge splash or anything, but nobody's talking about them at all. So I think, a couple years ago where the Avs did that Why Not Us and just made that the mantra. Even the fans, I remember the playoffs, and this is the first year with Nathan McKinnon that we went really far and go, why not us? The Nuggets need to do something about the shadows because everybody remembers that tweet that Jamal Murray did that to Mike Malone that we do our best work in the shadows. We need to come up with a mantra or something with the shadows that we can just put on a t-shirt or something. I think that'd be fantastic. But finally, I want to thank everybody for listening today. Shout out to the U.S. women's national team winning the Gold Cup, bringing it back home again. Back-to-back champs. That's what I love seeing. It was awesome watching them. They're such a great team. And let's go Rockies. Let's get past this. Let's go Rapids. Let's have a great week, everybody.